This is what happens when we let these guys run amok.
Yes.
Overthrow. Send the drones in. All the maneuvers.
You've got to see what's happening, and I don't think people are really putting the spotlight on what's happening. Our country is going to be taken from us, not from immigrants, but by these slickster billionaires. I'm telling you. You're going to die when you see this. Producer Michael, we all love this guy, right? He's basically Paul McCartney, if Paul McCartney was Austin Powers. Producer Michael is this British guy. He's very rich. He has a very lavish car and watch collection. And he started doing house tours on YouTube where he goes to, very expensive $1 million houses in LA and he gives a tour. And he's really stupid. He's very similar to Michael Scott.
But he's very cute.
But he also, there's a side of him where I go, at the end of the day, producer Michael, knows what's...
He knows what he's doing.
He almost has, how, if you have a dad that's, reasonable, he knows when it's time to knock it off. Don't you guys have dads out there that, know what's kind of going on at the end of the day? At the end of the day, producer Michael is trad. He's he respects society at the end of the day. But I couldn't believe what he let happen here.
And if you've seen this already, don't spoil it.
Do not spoil any of this.
We have some producer
Do not
Michael
spoil.
fans in the chat.
Yeah, I know. Producer Michael got an opportunity to do a house tour for LA's, Hollywood's biggest house ever.
I think it's actually the world's biggest house ever.
I don't know about
or
that.
Most expensive.
No. Urban. The biggest, most expensive urban house. Because, there are houses that are bigger, but not in a city. So in LA, in Bel Air, where Ethan Klein lives, did you know, you're going to see this neighborhood that we're going to show you here? Ethan Klein lives within, you're going to see a helicopter shot of Bel Air in California. Ethan Klein lives in a gated community behind a gate. He's the guy behind the gate. He's got two gates. A gate to his house within a gated community. Ethan Klein, who has been rich for 1.5 years. Imagine your parents letting you buy a $15 million house in Bel Air after you've only been rich for 1.5 years. What kind of father do you have that is going to not talk you out of that? What kind of dad lets their son, who got rich by accident on YouTube for being a fat slob, who's not even really good, he got rich because he, got very lucky, won the lottery with this stupid YouTube algorithm. And after 1.5 years, he's going to buy a $15 million mansion as if this is going to last forever. I mean, there's nothing more stupid. Even Vanilla Ice had more right to spend $15 million after his hit single Ice Ice Baby than Ethan Klein has a right to spend $50 million. So the fact that somebody hasn't stopped him or said, Ethan, maybe wait 5 years to see if this is going to last. YouTube could ban podcasts next year for all we know. Then what? Producer Michael got this opportunity that nobody else had. He got an exclusive, and it was to see the biggest house Hollywood has ever had. It's a $500 million house. We're going to show you some clips. It was a 3-part special, but we're going to show you the builder.
The owner.
The creator. The man behind this house, and how dangerous he is and how crazy this got. Jules, do we start here? Here's the first video. Would you guys like to see?
Fuck yeah.
This is fucking nuts. Look at this. A kike dad, someone said.
The first, but if we do this,
let's start.
You gotta click to the beginning.
I'm gonna start at the beginning. Oh, look at all the ads here. One.
Oh no, that's just breaking it up into
those are
different pieces.
okay. Good. Okay. We're gonna start here at the very beginning. It's producer Michael. Here you go. Ooh. The One is the world's largest house ever built in the urban world. This 105,000 square foot property is reportedly valued at $500 million. Nobody has ever been allowed to release a video tour of the property. Until now. Wow, that's actually what it said. Wow. Here we go. This is where Ethan lives. Helicopter boy, come light my menorah. So here's the house. Okay, so it doesn't look that crazy. You go, damn, Blazarian's got that. You know, this is the biggest house you'll see.
Look at all the other ones compared.
But yeah, Ethan lives somewhere like right around here. In this shot, somewhere is Ethan and Gila Klein. Is that right? Is that right?
Certainly a head scratcher.
They have to live in the world's most expensive neighborhood in the world. I mean, really. I mean, take out Dubai, take out some of those places, but Bel Air in California, in Hollywood here, is about the world's most expensive neighborhood. And Ethan Klein and Gila live in it. It just should not happen. Doesn't compute. So here we go. We're going to see the biggest house in the world, but you're going to see the owner of this house and what he's up to. I think it's going to change your perspective on what's going on. Look at this. Gila, 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 Gila. You'll get to see the house a little bit. Let's let people see the house.
Today is the most epic of epic videos. We are at the largest house in the urban world. When I say the largest, it is 105,000 square feet. It is called The One. And what gets better than that, we are with the one and only Nile, who is the visionary behind this. He built this, and he is just...
And there is Niles. And what did they do? Yo, bro! Imagine Bill Gates slapping and snapping and hugging. A half hug. Let me introduce you to Niles, the person who built and owns the biggest house in the urban world, $500 million home. Here he is. And I'm telling you, you thought Trump was dangerous?
Just wait.
You thought, I mean, really, this is who America needs to be watching. Wait till you fucking see.
I'm honestly surprised this third video hasn't gone viral.
And I'm not kidding. This guy you're about to meet, this is the same guy that Tim Dillon is in Clubhouse group chats with. These are the same type of guys that are secretly running the new America, and we're encouraging it. We're cheerleading them on. We think it's cool, and we're not giving anyone any warning about what they're doing. I think it's the most dangerous thing that could happen to our country. Watch this.
Just an incredible guy, and he's going to show us around this house that no cameras have seen this house before in its entirety. Ever. Is that correct?
That's right.
So this is a world debut. Let's do it.
Let me show you. Come on.
So I just want to let this play a little bit to give you a feel, and then we're going to show you some choice clips, but then we're going to end this in an interview where they sit down with this guy and we really learn about him. You're going to be terrified. Terrified. I mean, really, Osama bin Laden is nothing compared to this new threat that lives inside our own walls. Listen to this.
So we got a,
it's like a moat that goes
stone door that opens into itself.
Check that out. Electric stone front door.
Biometric. We have the latest technology in the house.
I just want to play it for a little bit.
Guys, I have never been in this house before. This is the first time walking through the door. Adam has never been in this house before, and I don't even know what to say.
Well, wait till we're done. Let me show you over here. So we'll come and go this way. This is a lot of the artwork we have, the sculpture done original for this house. This artwork here is from Michael Phelps. It's called Unity, and it was made for the house. It turns 360 degrees. This foyer, because there's so many seating areas in the house, this foyer is a true foyer. It's like an art gallery. Woo! When you first enter.
This foyer is the size.
Now, I'd say go watch the house tour videos. It's pretty entertaining.
It's crazy.
You will not believe what they've done to this house. I mean, bigger, better than any hotel you'll ever go to. Any event space in the world, this is better and bigger. It's tacky. It's cheesy. It's disgusting. But it is entertaining to watch. Let's go to our first time code here, 535.
Yes.
And we'll show you some choice moments, and then we'll show you this guy. I'm almost afraid to pick on these types of guys. I mean, their power is unlimited. Their shame is zero. And unlike Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos, they at least are playing by some societal rules where they won't just openly say that they're robbing and abusing and doing all that. These people do not care at all. They will openly say and just tell you their schemes, and everybody just applaud. And really, you're gonna be feeling pretty weird and scared when you see this.
First. Yeah, this is Simone Condesse in Murano, Italy, and I was in Murano a long time ago, and if you've been in Murano, Italy, there's a sphere in the middle of the town that's done by this same artist. And this artist was nice enough to make this for us, and because they wanted to be involved in the one, but it's turned into something so much more because my ex-wife, I'm just getting divorced. Unfortunately, it was a whirlwind relationship.
I'm just getting divorced. Imagine if Bill Gates was giving a tour of the Apple facility, which he owns. Imagine if Tim, what is his name from Apple? Tim Apple?
Yes.
Was going, my wife, who I just got divorced from because of an alleged assault. Hold on, this is nothing compared to what you're going to see.
This is just a taste.
This is the just the beginning. Should I keep playing this here?
Sure, you can for a second.
Okay.
I met her during COVID, and it didn't work out. But maybe it will still at the end. I don't know. But this is a charity that we have called Wings of Angels, and this is going to help children in third world countries through the arts because she is a well-known actress.
This sculpture is going to help children in third world countries through the arts. A $500 million, and by the way, this is what he's going to be saying throughout this video. This $500 million house, he claims, because people are like, isn't this a little much? No.
Don't worry, he has an explanation.
He claims that this $500 million biggest house in the urban world is going to help heal the world and help starving people in third world countries because they're going to be inspired. Well, wait till you hear.
Just wait.
Wait till you hear.
But did you want to see some more crazy parts of the house?
Yeah.
You can go to 1530. It shows the running track.
Okay, look at this.
It depends. Or the nightclub is a good part.
He has a full night. I mean, really.
I just want to show how ridiculous
you got to see the house
is.
first.
Swimming pool, water features total. This is the main pool. It has an infinity on 3 sides. This is the hot tub. And beyond this, I'll show you what we talked about earlier.
This is nothing.
The running track.
This is nothing yet.
You couldn't even imagine this, right? You could not have imagined
I mean, just look at this. And this is, how much of the house would you say this is, Nile, percentage-wise, that we're looking at?
10?
This is only 10% of the house.
So look at
folks.
Look at the running track.
They have a running track.
Oh, you weren't
look at
kidding.
This.
No.
That's a real running track.
Yeah.
Now, I have a similar running track on my property here, too. I'm not against running tracks, but just to show you the size of this. And that is a moat. That is a moat that goes miles down. It's a swimming pool. Look at this.
Yeah.
He has a full track that goes around the whole house. You could run.
So it's nice because you'll have lights on one side, you'll have the water with the lights on the other side, and you could run all the way to where the front door is and back.
So when I
don't want you to mistake any of this as like haterade. I'm in.
It'll all make sense at the end.
Listen, I'm into luxury. I'm into spending. I'm into greed. But
this?
Something is going on, and it's happening right under our noses. And if we don't wake up to it soon, this country is going to completely fall apart. All right? And it's already falling apart.
You can go to 1940.
1940. A good year. That was a good year. Hitler. Was Hitler 1940?
Pretty much.
You know, in 1940, they couldn't even imagine. They couldn't even imagine HD footage. All right, 1940. Here we are.
Any of this, just come straight
Don't
through.
look to the left.
Okay, I'll look down.
Don't look to the left.
Put your hand over it.
Oh, wow, okay.
God. I'm walking on water, literally.
So this is
nothing.
Entrance from the street to the nightclub.
The nightclub.
So if you want to have an event only not in your house, you could have valet from the street. They'll come up here, and then I'll show you the nightclub.
Want to see the nightclub?
This door is like 12 feet. So you come in, here is a coat check here.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the fire seating area with 2 fire pits. This is the nightclub.
Look at this.
Shall I do the reveal? Okay, here's the reveal.
So here's one of the...
I recognize the color blue.
Very
this
dark.
is in your other house, the same color. It's
Here's
gorgeous.
one of the most technology forward televisions with you can see there's no bezel on it. It's just one piece.
How's that possible?
Because they come in little bricks and they get sucked together with air. And you can make it any size you want.
This is just...
I mean, this...
Now, you know, Kanye's doing the same type of stuff. Kanye's got a screen bigger than that.
Probably made out of the same bricks.
Yeah, I got to get these bricks, man.
This is a real nightclub. This isn't a nightclub in a house. This is a real
This is bigger than most nightclubs.
And just to let you know, the house is unfinished. This is still in beta here, so it's not all set up. They're just showing you it's fairly close to being set up. So you're not going to see it all set up, but you'll see the scope of these rooms.
And we have not only a dry fire seating area, but a wet fire seating area. So 2 of these pods have fire pits in them, and we have water that will wash over on all sides and from up above. So when you're here, you'll come here. You have the
Big Mike is going to be at this house. Wait till you hear it, because what they're planning here, every influencer and celebrity in LA, this is being built to house events for them. So they started building this during COVID, and because of the restrictions in LA, they decided, well, we're going to build a house. If we can't go out to events, we're going to build a house where we could throw events for these influencers. Big Mike will be sitting in this pod one day, okay? They all will. Banks.
fire on this one and the fire on the far one, and you can hang out here.
And everything in this house is your creation, your ideas.
Listen.
Well, Paul McLean was the architect, but everything in this house was generally all of my ideas.
Wow.
And I don't want to ever say it was all me, because there were hundreds of people who made this possible. But yes, it was me in the very beginning with a pen, with Paul, design.
And you're going, how does this guy have access to money? And then you're going, well, there must be like tons of investors, right? Hundreds of investors in this house or something like that. But how could a guy like this trick anyone with money into giving him money? If this man sat down in front of you with this lisp in this outfit and said, I have an idea for a $500 million biggest house in LA, wouldn't you go, get out of here? But no, because they're all like this now. The days of the white-haired, suit-wearing Wall Street guys are over. This is the new leader of the world here. You know, I don't even know if he's from America. You know, to me, that's pretty 9/11-y. This guy looks more terrorist-y than me, right, Jules?
Pretty much equal, I guess.
Yeah, I guess me and him
Maybe
are.
if you put on the sunglasses and the hat.
Yeah. All right.
You can skip to the next video probably and just show a couple more
skip to the
parts.
next video. We just want to show you the house.
This is just giving you the scope of
And
what
then we're gonna
this
get to the
guy has
interview.
done here.
Okay, we're just trying to show you the house first. Here's part 2.
But this is like an hour long total.
Yeah. So what time code should I go to? 720?
You can go to like 720.
All right, here you go.
I'm lost for words.
This is his bedroom.
Are we able to see the TV in operation?
I don't know, because I don't know where the remote is, but it does. You can see the track.
Look at this, Adam.
No, it's not. But it comes, it turns. So like you can turn it here, you can turn it here, you can watch TV
Yeah,
while
I
you're
see
in the
the
pool.
entire track, and then it disappears in there, right?
Yeah, into there, yeah.
This is stupid.
I have to redo this whole wall though, because I have to make this bed custom, like the whole width of the wall, and like I got a lot of plans here. And once the track's done, we're gonna put like the little fiber felt around the little hair thing, so you don't see that big opening. I mean, you don't
Let's
like
go to
that
a
costs
Go to
so much money.
840,
Is a
okay.
good part.
Yeah, it's going to get better.
Trust us.
What would you say is your most favorite part of the house?
It's a great question.
There's so many, but I will tell you, I've been asked that before at a Univision interview, and it's hard to say now because I haven't given it away. But my favorite parts of this house is the house's ability to change the world.
Oh.
That's my favorite part.
I think it's nearly time for me to change my shoes.
I know. Huh?
You want them out yet?
Oh, unbelievable.
You got to get that shirt that
This is the
producer
50
Michael
car-
is wearing.
I
by
got to
the way.
get boxing shoes. I'm going to start wearing boxing shoes as shoes, and people go, Mike, boxing shoes. Okay, well then you must not be a professional boxer like me, who is in training. You want to see the garage? Here's the garage.
Our garage.
50-car
Oh my
garage.
God, Adam. Oh my God.
This is a car showroom, Michael.
This is bigger than most car showrooms. Look.
This is the garage.
Unreal. And there's 2 turntables, one to the left, one to the right, correct?
This is nothing yet.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Look at he's never been stumped.
Adam, I don't even know what to say.
This is the garage.
I would like this.
Oh, yeah.
You'd need to collect a few more to
keep
fill
them
this.
here.
I need a few more
Keep
cars.
them here if I could drive them, you know?
We went downstairs before, but somewhere completely different.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Jules?
You can just show maybe the movie theater, and that's enough.
What time?
Probably 2030.
2030.
Or
And
you go to 1710, actually.
you should watch this yourself, too. Like I said,
skipped all the boring living rooms and bedrooms and stuff, but this whole thing is just like a tour of this gigantic
1730?
place. Yeah, this
Okay,
is a
let's
good
see
part.
this.
Or 1710.
Deeper connection that you could ever imagine.
Sorry, 1710.
1710.
3 movies I'm writing right now. And I'll show you, you know what? I'll show you the theater.
Where is the theater?
Wait. It's very hard. It's very hard to see this because my ex that I met 8 months ago, I married. It didn't work out because she's from Argentina. She doesn't listen to me, blah, 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 blah. But it's still hard to see because we were like soulmates, like deeper connection that you could ever imagine. So it's hard to watch the music video I directed with her, but you should see it.
Oh,
know
you
what?
directed a music video with your ex-wife who it's not working out? That's a weird thing to say as a billionaire.
These are the first hints of who this guy is.
Yeah, I'm going, what the hell is going on here? You directed a music video with your ex-wife who it's not working out, but I'm going, how do you have access to all this money?
Theater. We should see it. Okay, so this is the West Wing. We'll see this first.
We didn't go down here, right?
No.
Nope. So to the right is
I feel like this is the size of an airport.
to the right is a his and hers bath and the restaurant
This is the
kitchen
size
that's
of an
closed.
airport, he
and
says.
then this is our
Am I
lounge
seeing
area.
this right?
No, yeah. So this is the pool lounge,
Wait till you see this.
pool table lounge.
So when I said, Niall, have you got
Look at this
anywhere we could
bowling
watch
alley.
the UFC?
Yeah, I'm showing you. This is the.
Oh, this isn't it?
My
No,
goodness.
this is not it. This is the bowling alley, 4-lane, and then this is a golf simulator.
Look at this.
Oh my good. Look at the walls. Watch the walls.
Finally, a real bowling alley in a house. I hate these 2-lane bowling alleys.
Or they just have one.
You got to have at least 2 ball. Look at all the balls there. 4 lanes.
I know.
Unbelievable. with the digital scores and the golf simulator.
Digital scores.
Do you have a putting green and a golf
With the digital score.
All right, it's pretty easy to get the digital scores.
simulator?
Golf simulator.
Then over here.
And a kitchen.
No, yeah, that's a little kitchen, but that's back into the.
Yeah.
Skip to 2030 for the movie theater as the last
2030.
part.
The movie theater. Now, we've seen some home movie theaters. Wait till you see this one.
8 feet tall each. It's got like 20 subwoofers. It's crazy. Hopefully, I can hook it up so we can watch the video. But this is the entrance. We have digital movie posters so you can change.
That's nice.
This is our candy room, which will look great when it's all filled
A
with different
candy
colored
room.
candies.
Look at this.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be the candy room.
This is my favorite part.
So all these glass tubes, that's going to be filled with candy, like Augustus Gloop style tubes. They have a full candy room. It's not filled with the candy yet. Look at this. This is just the candy room for the theater.
You didn't forget many things now.
Okay, here's the theater.
Imagine all the lemon heads in that room. Look at this. Wait till you see the theater. It's pretty.
Like the theater goes both directions. Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me.
This is a theatre.
This is the real deal theater.
Yeah, let me see if I can put the movie
That's about as big as like a regular standard movie theater.
video off. Hold on.
Can you put the lights on so that we
Yeah,
can show
yeah,
it? Okay, so if this wasn't configured like this, you could put 100 people in here as a
This
AMC
is
theatre.
100%. This is as
AMC
big.
theater.
This is
You know about
bigger
AMC?
than the IMAX. Not
This
the
is
IMAX,
bigger than
the,
IMAX, he says.
Whatever they have down in there in the Grove. Look at the size of that screen.
Yeah, I mean, this is as big as some of these smaller rooms.
Yeah. I've never imagined anything like this in a house.
No.
I mean, if I went to a movie theatre in LA, I wouldn't expect.
No,
a
I
room
mean, and
this
I only
big.
go to like iPics, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not even the same as this.
Turn
you
the
know?
lights on.
But this costs 10 times more.
What was the cost of this theatre?
Oh, tons.
Throw a number on it.
I don't know. Millions.
How many millions?
Maybe 4 or 5.
I believe it.
The seats alone.
There we go. Oh my God. Now you guys get an idea and a perspective of just how big
Hermes
this
blankets
really
on
is.
every couch.
Yeah. So very luxury. Do we have any more clips from here, or should we
You
get to the interview?
idea of what the house is like.
You get the idea. Very big house. Even producer Michael, he's seen it all. He's going to go home and weep.
He's been to every house in LA and he's never seen anything like this.
Here's the interview. So these videos came out in 3 parts. You know, part 1 came out, and then the next week, part 2, and we were watching it. And we thought it was kind of insane. We thought this guy was weird, but we hadn't seen nothing yet until we saw this interview that producer Michael did at the end. We could almost play this full thing. This is so crazy.
Definitely.
This guy, and this is what I mean. And then I started connecting the dots. I go, Tim Dillon, Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, this guy. I don't want them having this much control. Wait till you hear this. This is where things get really weird. The interview with Niles. What's his last name?
I don't know.
We should know. Here we go. You're going to die. Niles Niami. Wait,
Yes,
no.
Nile.
Nile Niami? That's got to be a state. So instead of Miami, it's Niami.
I didn't even realize
And what's
that.
the douchiest city in the world? Miami. Nile, not Niles. Nile Niami is his name. Yikes. Watch this. This is where you're going to really start understanding what I'm talking about here. Niami. And they're showing this again. I'll show you the intro. Bel Air, California. Ethan Klein lives here. This is what he needs so he could eat pizza. Ethan's eating Domino's. Trisha Paytas living there. Jeffree Star. All right, here it comes.
So, we just had the most epic house tour in the history of our channel, I think in the history of
You're going to see for the first time producer Michael giving like a Barbara Walters style interview. He's actually incredible
He is
at
amazing.
sitting down and interviewing. Very professional, but he dropped the ball. He does not challenge Nile Niami. I can't believe his name is Nile Niami. I'm learning that right now. This whole time, Nile Niami. He doesn't challenge him on any of this stuff. Wait till you see what comes out of Nile Niami's mouth.
Anybody's channel, I'm sure you all agree, the best house ever. And Nile is with me today because we're going to talk to him. And basically, he said a few things in the house tour that spanked my curiosity. And who better to explain it than Nile? You said in the last video, I asked you, what is the best part about this house? In fact, I think it was Adam even that asked you that question.
You're going to lose your mind here.
And you said something like, what we can do with the house. What did you mean? Tell everybody.
Well, I think that I have something very, very exciting, and I believe that I don't have this by chance. I believe that I was always meant to be able to create this house. When we first tried to pull a permit for this house, the plan checker made a mistake and approved it for larger than it should be in the beginning. And then they changed all the rules, making it absolutely impossible to build this house again. Really, the one is fitting for this. And the house is called The One Bel Air, and my show is called The One.
My show.
And between those two, I think that we have the ability to really change the world.
We have the ability to change the world. So this caught my attention. I go, I got to hear this. How is a giant, tacky house in Bel Air going to change the world? Well, Nile has an answer.
Very positive way.
When you say change the world in a positive way, how does this house change the world? I need you to explain that.
I will explain. So, because of COVID, all of the venues around the world have been either shut down or dramatically altered. There is nowhere in the world really where you can go for a venue like you used to have, like a big boxing match or the Academy Awards or the Grammys or anything else that required a large crowd to gather at Staples Center or MGM or Caesar's Palace or any of these other places. But we have it now.
Caesar's Palace is closed in Vegas, but we have a venue that's open. So I'm still going, how is this going to change the world? Because certainly all those, the Staples Center didn't change the world. Caesar's Palace hasn't changed the world. Certainly venues for boxing matches haven't changed the world. So how is this house,
I'm sure he'll explain more,
going to change the world?
Because this house has the ability to hold 900 people in a safe COVID environment. And
a safe COVID environment. By the way, I thought there are no events. Like, it doesn't matter if you have a house or a nightclub or a hotel. There's no large events right now, right?
900.
So it doesn't matter. It's not like, oh, they shut down all the events places. Well, I'll just have everyone at my house. That's not allowed either, right? So this is still very weird. I don't think he really knows what to say here, but let's hear him out.
In a safe COVID environment. And what is being created for this house is a show that everyone will want to watch and identify with because it stars me. I live in the house, and I live in the house with people that I love.
What?
And we do crazy things and have crazy parties, but we also help the world in so many different ways. And one of those ways...
This isn't Michael Ray Bauer or Josh Denny. This is a guy with the
world's
largest
most expensive, biggest house ever.
So we're kind of in trouble here. It used to be, oh my God, you're not going to believe what Josh Denny, this guy who makes $500 a year on Uber, you're not going to believe what Michael Ray... Now you're not going to believe what the billionaires are saying. You know, I think we're in trouble. Listen to this.
We're doing it is we are creating gigantic boxing matches right in the grass with the world championship boxers that you could ever imagine.
Who, Jake Paul?
Concerts.
I mean, even a world championship boxer right now is who? Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul? They're the biggest boxers right now. How is that going to help
But
the
he's
world?
going to have them in the grass.
I mean, literally, he's saying we're going to, and I'm sitting here going, wait, there's got to be more, right? Well, let's find out.
Championship boxers that you could ever imagine, and concerts, and anything that you could imagine that has a pay-per-view event leading up to the pay-per-view event will be my show. So the talent will come through, the weigh-ins will be here, and we will interact with all of the entertainment that lead to the pay-per-view platform. But the pay-per-view platform will be either a Showtime or our own pay-per-view platform that will rain money down. And with that,
It will be a pay-per-view event at your house that will rain money down. That's going to help people. Really, and it's almost like beneath me to mock a person like this. But you know what? Everyone else is going, oh, this guy rules. Tim Dillon's in a chat with him. Michael Brewer, Dave Portney is impressed. These are the people who are running our country right now.
that, I am going to have a very, very successful show, and I'm going to have events like they used to have, where you have energy and you have atmosphere. And that's what we're going to do right here, starting in the next couple of months. We're going to have a world championship boxing event with the biggest boxers that you've
Jake Paul?
Heard of in your life, with round tables around the boxing.
I mean, what other boxers are there? Mike Tyson is nearly dead. You've got Floyd Mayweather, Jake Paul. Who else? I mean, really, there's no respected boxers. That's not like a respected thing anymore. It's just a bunch of scumbags.
Event where people are going to come and they're going to eat and they're going to have a good time again in an event the way that it used to be, but way better than it ever was, because we have the energy from the city and we have the energy from this house.
Can I put myself down for a front row seat?
Look.
Yeah, you can. They'll be $35,000 to $40,000 each, but you can.
Oh, so even producer Michael's not good enough to come to your party. Well, if you have $40,000, well, I thought you were going to change the world. This doesn't seem very nice, charging somebody $40,000 to come watch this positive thing.
Producer Michael is so upset.
Because producer Michael is used to being the big shot. You're not going to even be invited to these parties. You're nobody to him.
Ouch, ouch.
But listen, my goal is, the fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao made $700 million on pay-per-view. We have a better event venue space than they were in when that made that kind of pay-per-view money. And
I don't know if anybody was watching that fight going, the event space. Ooh. Oh, I'm tuning in because of the event space.
They've got all the space in the world.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
Who cares? Why would people care about the event space? That's the most insane thing I think I've ever heard.
I believe doing events in this house through a show that everyone will want to watch.
This is like me thinking I'm going to change the world because I've added this smoke machine to the show.
That changed our
performances.
world.
Well, it did. There are going to be smoke machines and maybe a spark machine if I could get it to work. It's going to change podcasting. Maybe I am like this guy.
The publicity for the pay-per-view, making it even bigger. And when money comes down like that, I'm going to go into the city.
Listen.
And I'm going to go into East LA and Beverly Hills. And I'm going to make people's dreams come true.
I'm going to go into Beverly Hills. When I get the money, I'm going to go into Beverly Hills and make their dreams come true. I think their dreams have come true already.
Isn't there another place you can go where people have bigger dreams?
I know what to perform after this.
Yeah, I know.
I know what to perform after this.
Because I'm going to see and read people, and anyone that's good, that has a real idea that they've never had the chance, I'm going to give them a 3-page contract. And I'm going to put all of the responsibility on them to report back to me. And that exact day, without lawyers, I'm going to write how much I own of their company, and I'm going to write them a check and give it to them. And I will only be able to do.
This is what's happened. Back in the day, it was actually like smart people making billions of dollars, and they were actually doing something. Now it's people who are having manic episodes. I mean, really, this is very similar to Fousey Tube's manic episode where he was going to throw that giant event. This is very similar to Kanye West's manic episodes. And it seems like because the manic have no shame, because of their mental disorders, they're able to make this stuff happen now. But at what cost? And Elon Musk is the same way. He's a manic, mentally ill person. And yes, it has worked so far. But for how long? How long until Elon Musk's, mental episode goes too far and he uses all that money and power for something terrible? I was thinking, and if you listen to Redbar, sell your Tesla now. God forbid you own one. We are not fans of Tesla here, all right?
You can get the all-new electric Jeep.
Yes. We are gas guzzlers here. You know why Elon's building Teslas? These computerized self-driving cars. One day, you're going to be in your car, and the doors are going to lock, and the self-driving is going to take over. And where are you going to be headed? Elon Musk's destination. Yes. And all the Teslas in the world, you'll see a helicopter shot of them all. Like when the baby turtles start running up the beach.
No one knows where they're going.
No one knows where they're going. And Elon will be in control of your ride. Is that what you want? He could lock your doors right now. He could videotape you in your car. He could drive you to where he wants you to go. Is that the man you want in charge of you? The guy who hangs out with Joe Rogan? And Grimes? R.L. Grimes? And this guy? All the white-hairs are going to be dead, and these guys are going to be the people in charge. And and do you think they're going to be fair? You don't think Jeff Bezos is fair. You don't think Joe Biden is fair. Joe Biden is a saint compared to him.
He hasn't even said any of the craziest stuff yet.
Let's see what happens next. I don't want that. Somebody says, what? The Tesla car taking you to... And by the way, you think it's going to be a good place? What if he decides he just wants you all to die one day? Because it's better for humanity. You're going to trust Elon Musk with your life? That's what you're doing by stepping foot in his car. General Motors and Ford, they had us be around for 100 years to gain our trust. Tesla popped up yesterday. And you're going to let them self-drive you around?
You want to
with Shelby?
Someone in the chat has a comment for you, Mike.
What is it?
Grime isn't R.L. Grimes. Frown.
Did you hear this?
Any response?
Grimes isn't R.L. Grimes. Now, who said that?
LeBlem 1.
LeBlem 1! Come on down! Come on down! LeBlem 1! It's madness! We got our newest idiot here.
We should give prizes to all of the joke correctors.
Somebody said, ha Shelby. You know about Shelby? She loves Teslas. She loves properties. R.L. Grimes isn't Grimes. That's like when I called Lana Rhoades Lana Del Rey.
And then the comments of the YouTube video were like, that is not
her name is Lana Rhoades. Lana Del Rey is a... Oh, thanks for opening my eyes. You need to be punished. And you know what? We're going to start doing that to people. You can't not get a joke and then have the confidence to come yell at everybody. You need to be killed. You understand? This is what I mean. Back in the day, if you got something wrong like that and called someone out, you were shamed and humiliated off our planet. And they're still sitting there like, yeah, right, Mike made the mistake.
No, he's laughing it off.
You're laughing it off?
I just always think that's so funny.
Because those are the people who are screwing up our world. Trust me on this.
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of jokes I don't get, but I usually don't say nothing.
Just shut up. You're lucky you're even allowed to talk to the TV right now like this. All right, back to Nile Niami. Niami? It's hard to say Niami, kind of. Nile Niami.
It's a tongue twister. Say it 10 times fast.
Not me. Let's hear some more.
With pay-per-view that comes to us, and with that, the whole entire world will change. And I really believe that the world needs this house.
Let me just interrupt you for a second. So it is also my understanding, based on our previous conversation,
listen to this part.
and I just want to be very candid with everyone, you also are inviting people to jump on board with this opportunity. Is that correct?
Yes. Now, I am Absolutely, because I will say something to you. We have our analysts looking into our numbers. And based on the
You're gonna
numbers
die when
of
you hear this
previous
shit.
pay-per-view events, after 3 events in this house, the valuation of this company, not the house, this company, will be $3 to $6.5 billion. That's bigger than Twitter.
Oh.
It is a gigantic opportunity. It is like somebody saying right now to you, do you want to buy Twitter the first day it comes out? That's what we're talking about here. And
so just so everybody's
Even
clear,
producer Michael must know.
Yeah. Your house is a company? Well, so is mine. Yeah, I want to make my house an LLC. Where do you go to do that? LegalZoom? On LegalZoom, is there a menu? How to turn your house into a company? Worth more than Twitter.
saying is you are going to set up a corporation
yes,
that people can invest in.
Listen,
yes,
and they can share in
this. Investing is the biggest scheme in the world. You know, Bernie Madoff was nice. What did he do even? People like lost 25,000 with Bernie. Imagine what people are going to lose with these NFTs. Everything is an investment now. They've figured it out. Everything is an investment. We can have people invest. Oh, let's combine our money that we've schemed off the internet.
Profits and participate in all of these events,
yes,
etc.
And let me say something. I want to say it.
And I want to say something before you do.
Okay.
The reason I think this is very credible is, you pulled off something that I didn't think anybody could ever pull off. You built this house, which is...
See, this is the problem. It is credible. If Donkey Lips or Josh Denny were talking this bullshit, it's one thing. When you pull off the biggest house in LA, you're going to get people's attention. You are credible to other greedsters, which is dangerous. And when you get a bunch of these guys together and they've got the power of the internet and the clubhouse and they've got all the influencers in the world trying to be them and promoting them, we've got a very dangerous situation. You know, all the rock stars and actors in the world weren't promoting Bernie Madoff. They weren't interviewing him on Michaela Peterson's podcast. You didn't have cool people that we looked up to advertising these scumbags to us every day. Now we do. So you got Jake Paul and Joe Rogan and all these people in cahoots with these people getting the brain dead suckers online to chip in. This is really dangerous. I haven't fully figured it out yet, but I guarantee it ain't on the up and up. You thought I was bad.
I think the most expensive house in definitely in America, but if not in the world.
Probably in the world, yeah.
Certainly the largest house in the urban world.
Yes.
And it was impossible to do, and
yes,
you have pulled some miracles off.
Yeah.
So I honestly believe that you can also do what you're talking about, and that's why I'm having this out on the channel, because I think this could be something quite spectacular.
It can be, and it's so much bigger than us. I want you to just think of a couple things, like this house happened just to be here, right in front of the city, and looking right down below is UCLA.
Okay.
UCLA has probably 25,000 parking spaces and all of their above ground garages that they've built that they don't use in the evening. So we will be able to have events here where the neighbors will not even notice. And we are planning on helping this neighborhood and giving to the HOA and making everybody a part of this. But absolutely, without any question, this is something that the world needs, and it's something that I need. I spent 10 years building this house. And for the past 3 years, I am the biggest developer in Los Angeles. And I have the best houses. I couldn't sell one house.
Couldn't sell one house?
2 years before COVID, I couldn't sell a house.
2 years before COVID, he couldn't sell one house. Listen to this.
Then COVID came, I couldn't sell a house. Until finally the point I ran out of money. And I have a Chapter 11 on one of the houses I live in. And this house, I was just notified, has a notice of default placed against it.
Oh, that sounds good. Imagine if the guy from Apple said this. So we are building that like huge circle Apple campus. Does have a lien on it. I have no money. I mean, this guy's bankrupt and he's in charge. I mean, really. But people keep giving money. Other guys like this.
Oh, I beg
Big Mike probably has money in this property. Logan Paul probably has money in with this guy. They're all in cahoots. And this is what the fat guy, I forgot his name now. Tim Dillon is involved with these guys. Comedians. Imagine comedians being involved with this. They are.
I am 100% positive this is going to resolve itself, not only for me, because I've worked for 10 years of my life on this, but for the people of the world and for the investors that are going to come in now. The investors are going to not only help me solve my issue that I must, they are going to give the ability to make...
You're going to jail eventually. You do understand, right?
And I begged everybody not to spoil it for this part, but they were posting in the chat this article from the LA Times that's like foreclosure looms for Nile Niami's infamous mega
this
mansion.
is all smoke and mirrors with these people. Everything is like a shell game with these people.
And so that's probably why he decided to do this video with producer Michael, because now he
wants investors to come on board so we could get out of debt, and then who cares what happens? And he'll get the investors, believe me.
When he first said
Mr. Beast is probably involved. Keemstar. Because they know they could trick these guys. You know, you got people like Ethan Klein, they've been rich for a year because of YouTube. No talent. You get a guy like this, they show him this house. Come on, buy. Ethan Klein throws $1 million in. Logan throws $2 million. Big Mike throws his $70,000 in.
And when we were first watching this, we had no idea that this guy was in this situation. So seeing this gigantic house and then hearing him announce
imagine
that he's bankrupt was
Have you ever done that?
Amazing.
Seen a property tour? Remember Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous? Did you ever see them go to some, even MTV Cribs?
Selling Sunset.
Selling Sunset. Have you ever seen a show where at the end of it, they go, so right now I am like in a lot of legal trouble. It's very, very strange, and I think something's happening here.
An unbelievable show, probably the best television show that's ever been.
It gets worse.
And the best events, better than they ever were before COVID. And the most important thing, we are going to teach the world about sustainability through my show, through all kinds of the latest technology like holograms.
When you say holograms,
listen.
What do you mean hologram?
And I like that. Me and big producer Michael have the same. Holograms. When a billionaire says the word hologram, I do this. I put my hand.
Back up.
Holograms? Yes, holograms. Now, how are holograms going to help the world? I don't know. Well, just listen.
Have the latest technology where you have someone standing there that looks like a person, but it's a hologram that's created on a stage in 2.5 seconds with all the cameras taking a picture of you at the same time. But we're also going to do things
did
like...
you see Producer Weigel? Now, this is the thing, too, because old people are so out of the mix. You know, like, they doubted Twitter, they doubted Twitch, they doubted Bitcoin. So now they're listening. And this is what's dangerous. You know, when you had Bitcoin come out, all the old people said, oh, Bitcoin, what is that? And now that it's worth money, this is why NFTs took off so fast, because the world went, wait. We rolled our eyes at Bitcoin, and boy, we could have been millionaires. So now they're listening. And this is what's dangerous. You know, they rolled their eyes at Twitter, they rolled their eyes at Facebook, but those things made billions. So now they're listening to any psychopathic idea, thinking it could be the next billion-dollar thing, which is really dangerous. You know, it's what happened with NFTs. So you got producer Michael here, who knows better, kind of, and he's going, there's going to be holograms, they're going to save the world. And even producer Michael is going, well, who am I to speak? You know, I thought Twitter was a little weird, so holograms, okay. No, holograms, not okay. I don't want our president involved in holograms. But listen, the hologram talk gets far worse.
Latest technology where you have someone standing there that looks like a person, but it's a hologram that's created on a stage in 2.5 seconds with all the cameras taking a picture of you at the same time. But we're also going to do things like the new technology of televisions that snap together. We're going to create virtual Shark Tanks where we talk about how we don't need to take things from the ocean because you have so much more versatility and you have less cost.
What?
We are going to have...
That's the sustainability
When you
part.
heard virtual Shark Tank, you go, oh, like Shark Tank, like the show, some kind of money. No. He literally means, because he said it in the... He's building a virtual aquarium, which is a screen of an aquarium.
Yes.
So he's claiming that because instead of people building aquariums, we're going to build virtual aquariums, which will save the oceans. Sustainability so that people aren't taking sharks out of the ocean anymore. We just have videos of sharks. This is literally what he's saying.
There's more.
And this is all allowed by the U.S. government.
Crazy events. And I want to tell everyone an idea of my event that it will be here in this house once this is solved. We Are the World 2022, and I'm going to have podiums set up throughout this entire house, and we are going to do a modern-day remix of We Are the World.
I'm going to have podiums throughout the entire house. We're going to do a modern-day version of We Are the World. Do you remember this?
Sounds of that.
This is where all the celebrities got into a very small studio back in the 90s. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one. They're going to do a virtual We Are the World because he's going to set up these podiums. But listen to this.
And I am going to have the biggest entertainers ever in the history singing on each podium. But I'm also going to have people like Jamila Saud, my current wife, who it didn't work out, but we're getting a divorce, was an unbelievable singer.
My current wife, who it didn't work out, we are getting a divorce, but she's an unbelievable singer. She is going to be here.
Performing with the holograms.
His ex-wife will be performing with the holograms.
That she is going to be on the podium singing next to the biggest singers in the world. But you know who else is going to be singing next to them? Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson and Prince. And Elvis Presley.
I hope you have the licensing to all this. Surely they're not going to let you run pay-per-view events with Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston just because you came up with hologram technology.
Like, see, how did this video not go insanely viral?
I don't know how this is
on Twitter.
Well, that's what I mean. This is the problem.
This is the problem. In a year.
This is the problem. The fact that this isn't on the news, the fact that this isn't viral, means the world has gotten so wacky that this is just part of the day-to-day. This is just acceptable.
Everyone was wasting their time busting on Chet Hanks when they could have been talking about him.
We were making fun of Chet Hanks for having a white boy summer. Dun, dun,
Chet
dun.
Hanks is cool, okay?
Chet Hanks. We were making fun of people like Britney Spears. Kevin Federline was in the news every day because
every single.
What the hell? Kevin Federline was in the news every day because he made a weird rap. Remember that? For 5 years, the entire world made fun of Britney Spears' fiance, Kevin Federline. Why? Because he was a wigger. That was like major news that every news outlet was covering because they couldn't believe how crazy he was. And all he did was go, po-po-zow, po-po-zow. That was it. He was a nice guy otherwise. Like, seriously, Kevin Federline needs an apology from the world.
Britney got her apology.
Kevin Federline was brutalized for 5 years as the craziest guy the world had. He did nothing. He wore baggy pants and a chain.
And I just want to reiterate how backwards all the people making fun of Chet Hanks are.
Yeah.
It's like, he knows what he's doing. He's being cool.
Yes.
He made a hit song.
These are the people we need to be going after. These are the people that matter. Here, there's more.
One of these singers are going to be holograms. And I am going to get every single singer to come here for free and do it because every penny is going to go to help everybody else.
That's absolutely amazing. That's truly, truly amazing.
Oh, is it?
And it's so exciting. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you.
It's only the start. I have, with this show and with this event platform and with the pay-per-view and with me helping everybody that I possibly can in the world, not only is it going to give people hope, but it's going to give the world events the way that they remember events,
wow,
but better.
Let me ask you a question. So earlier we mentioned that you're
right.
giving anybody the opportunity.
There's another great part coming up.
Rather just keep playing?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that? What does that mean?
We are going to sell a certain amount of shares in the LLC, not the underlying real rights of the house, but in this new event space technology that we're going to do. And I will tell you that
I see a lot of people yelling stuff about Jews in here. This is the same thing as saying the fight was rigged. News is fake when you don't like it. When you can't explain something, it's the Jews. It's this, it's that. You got to stop blaming everything on things. Is this guy Jewish? He better not be.
He could be.
He definitely could be. These Jews. Well, Kanye's not Jewish. Bill Gates ain't Jewish. Jeff Bezos ain't Jewish. Elon Musk ain't Jewish.
As far as you know.
Donald Trump ain't Jewish. So, what about them?
You gotta hear what he says.
Those are all Christians. Yes, I'm very Christian. Even they say it in their songs. So, yeah, the Christians too then.
Going to make so much money based on what other pay-per-view events have done that even if my 3 boxing events make $80 to $100 million in total, which is absolutely, it's impossible that it wouldn't, when the smallest of boxing events had made $200, $300, $400 million, the valuation of this company
so
would be...
So the whole world is like boxing now because of Logan and KSI.
I can't believe it.
Literally. Boxing was over. We were past that. Then KSI came along and challenged any of the polls. And then Logan. Really, it was Logan who brought this whole boxing thing back into the world. Logan Paul. And guess who Logan Paul's best friend is? Fox. And guess who that guy wants to kill? Me. Think about that.
I'm nervous.
So I'm basically involved in the resurgence of boxing, which is the main thing running America right now. Boxing. It's our biggest industry. It really is. America used to be known for cars and stuff made in America. Now we're known for boxing. Again.
You got to hear what this part that
listen
he
to
says
this.
Next. It's so
3
great.
to 6 billion after only the 3 events. And with that, it's going to let me expand my vision.
I really want to make this clear. Somebody says, Mike gets offended when you bring up the J work. No, I get scared of what kind of person you must be that your parents let you grow up saying something like that throughout your whole life to the point where you think it is totally normal to write something like that and mean it in front of all these people and go unchecked as if that's normal. It would be one thing if you were joking around, but the people who say this, think about how crazy you've become. We're past jokes, and now you're the guy that should be on the screen. So I'm getting involved in that conversation with you, not because I got any ties to this, but because you've become so unbelievably crazy that you're saying this so openly as if it's just a normal, regular thing to say, and your family's allowed you to say this, and your friends groups have allowed you to say this, and someone needs to tell you how weird and crazy you are. Really? You're lucky. Imagine if I was saying that about black people all day, which I do.
Everything that I want to do, and there is so much. But I want to say one other thing. I have so much to say, but let me just say one other thing. I am going to buy this plane that I call the God plane, and it is gigantic.
The God plane?
God plane. And I'll tell you why. Because I have a lot of friends who are billionaires. I have a lot of friends who have more money than they know what to do with. And you understand, if you have $1 billion,
there we go.
How much money you're making a year if it's at 5%? What if you have $2 billion? What if you have $3 billion?
You could never spend that money.
Well, I have a friend who has $3 billion.
Whoa!
And when I was in my house looking up at the sky,
saying
this. I didn't have money to buy a cheeseburger, he wouldn't help me.
Oh.
And I decided right then, that's never going to happen to anybody that I see that I trust that's a good person. That will never happen. It's ostentatious and it's crazy, but you know what? All of my friends fly alone.
Listen.
My plane will never, ever, ever fly alone. Because
my plane will never fly alone.
That's pretty nice.
I'm like, wait a minute, your plane will never fly alone. What is this about a plane? I didn't know we were talking about planes yet. Listen to this.
My plane has lounges, and it has living rooms, and it has bedrooms. And I am going to, through a lotto system or through my own eye, pick different people to come on that plane only one way.
Uh-oh.
But it's going to give them the ability to be on a plane like that and dream bigger than they've ever dreamed. And I guarantee you, every time that plane flies, someone will have a new investment in their company from me. And those are the kind of things I'm going to do.
But
my
then
plane
you're just
will never
dropping
fly.
them off in a
You need
strange
to make
country.
sure you
Yeah.
get the tail number.
So it's a one-way plane flight for billionaires, but it's going to be so good that you don't even care that you don't get taken back. You find your own way home.
I'm so confused of whether
That's
he's
very
using
weird.
it to help, because he says they're going to get to fly on a plane like they've never experienced before. So then you're like, oh, so it's like a poor person.
Yeah, that's never
But
been on a...
then you're also going to invest in their company, and they're going to be
really
dropped
doesn't make
off
any sense.
In the
And
middle of the
again,
earth.
you're going, pretty sure, Michael. And by the way, everyone who interviews this day and age, no one challenges anyone. The only one who challenges somebody is like that black lady from like the CBS morning show. Nobody challenges people. You know, I watch Michaela Peterson. I watch all these interviews. They allow these people to say everything. And because they're on their show, they don't challenge them and their friends. But it's like, this is insane. You're allowed to question somebody, challenge them on these ideas. That's what an interview is supposed to be. Not just, oh, that sounds wonderful. Just because he's on your show, you know, you watch Michaela Peterson, you watch all these people do it. No one challenges anyone in interviews anymore. No one. Just that black woman from the morning show who interviews Colton. That's it.
Mike predicted Colton from
yeah,
day
we'll talk.
one, by the way.
That's all about that.
Oscar November Echo 1.
Okay, we'll work on that. You know
There
what?
you go.
You're going to be with me on your channel when I get this plane. It's ready in 2023. I'm going to have the logos put on each of the headrests, and we're going to get that tail number, and you are going to put it on your channel.
Deal. And I want to
right.
be on the first flight.
You will be on many flights, my friend.
That's exciting. That's exciting. So
You got to get flights home, so prepare for that. These are just going to be one-way flights to God knows where in a giant plane. Okay, is there any more to this interview here?
It's almost over. That's pretty much the best part.
Okay, there it is.
though.
So this is Nile Niami. And furthermore, keep your eye out, Nerd City. I know you're on Clubhouse. I know Tim Dillon is in cahoots with these types of people. This is the new cool thing to do. Be very, very cautious.